Hey, what is up guys, I'm KBHD here and welcome to Autofocus Episode 2. So today we're going to look at Apple CarPlay, and I've heard of it a little bit, but I've never actually tried it. Teslas don't have it. So today we got a car that does have it that we can explore. So this is the 2018 Lamborghini Aventador S. But honestly, the real reason this car did catch my attention was because it has Apple CarPlay, I swear. But it seems like most in-car dashes, no matter what the car, are pretty bad at navigation, whatever they do. So it feels like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are the two best chances new cars have at connecting to your smartphone and working easily and functionally in a way that people actually use. So the best connection most people now have to their cars is just Bluetooth when they get in. So they get in the car, it automatically connects to Bluetooth, and then you get your music and maybe your phone calls, right? With Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you get a whole operating system as soon as you get in your car. So with this, you get in, you plug in, your iPhone lights up, and you get CarPlay. So you get Apple Maps, you get Siri all the time, you get text messages, you get stuff that you're used to having on your phone. So let's do that. So you start with the normal Lamborghini UI in the car, which I gotta say is pretty badass looking inside all this carbon fiber. You control it with this knob in the middle, you press in to select, and then you can do all kinds of things like navigate somewhere or toggle things inside or outside the car. You plug in your iPhone though, you can give it a second to recognize everything, and then boom, CarPlay comes to life. Immediately now you're controlling the iPhone through the UI of the car. This is way better than Lamborghini's UI. Instead of spinning a dial and trying to like type in an address and navigate through an on-screen keyboard and all that kind of stuff, you just use your phone's navigation system. It's at your fingertips or with voice control. Now, that is still Apple Maps and Siri, but it's better than before. So you still have all the same functionality you're used to, and basically the idea is you get to do as much as possible hands-free so you can focus on driving, assuming you'd probably want to do some driving in a car like this. And in fact, let's drive to another location. So yeah, you'll notice a lot of similarities between CarPlay UI and the iPhone's home screen, obviously. That's the idea. You're supposed to feel at home like you never left your phone behind. So that's what you're familiar with. You get the home button in the bottom left corner. Above that, you got the time and the most recent apps you've opened. And then in the main section is the layout of all of the Apple apps, the default ones first, and then the third-party ones that are actually on my iPhone that are compatible with CarPlay. So anything that's on the iPhone that's compatible will show up here. And then I can move these around wherever I want. I can add pages if there's more apps, add apps to my phone, and just put them however I want. It's pretty useful. All right, new location. So there's a couple third-party apps on my phone. I got Pocket Casts and Spotify, and these both also work with CarPlay. So when I open them, they open the CarPlay version on the car's display. And then there's this whole list on Apple's site of apps that are compatible that will also show up in CarPlay if you open them. It's not the longest list. I'd probably say Android Auto has a longer list of compatible apps in the Play Store, but there's still some pretty good apps here. And then not only that, it's a one-to-one connection with the phone. So if I have it open on the phone, it opens in the dashboard as well. Other apps that aren't compatible won't do anything on the car screen. They'll just open on the phone screen. But it's cool that it's actually this responsive. And then, of course, probably the most useful functionality in a car, voice control. In this case, it is Siri, and that can be for responding to text messages. It doesn't show the text of what you say to respond on the screen, which is a bummer. I wish it did. But basically it reads your responses back to you and asks you if you want to send it, and then you can send it off. So how much you use this will basically just depend on how much you trust Siri's voice recognition. Oh, and by the way, driving an Aventador is incredible. Granted, I only had a day and a half with it, and you can only learn so much about a car just by spending that little time. but I have plenty of observations about this ridiculous $500,000 supercar. Number one, this car is low. Everything about it is super low. The roof line is like forehead level, so if you want to see anything above you, you like really got to lean forward. And then also because it's so low, getting in and out of the car is kind of funny. It's probably a legit challenge for a lot of people. The doors, of course, go up instead of out, so you can't really use them as handles to hold on to get in and out. Otherwise, you'll just close them on yourself. So you end up doing this kind of a shimmy to get in and out. It's pretty great. There's a button in the cockpit, that's what I'll call it, a cockpit, to switch between driving modes: Strada, which is like street driving, then Sport, and then Corsa, which is basically race mode. It's mean as hell. And then Ego mode is kind of your own custom cocktail of the settings mixed between them all. The gauge cluster is super sexy. It changes with the driving modes and has me feeling kind of like a fighter pilot as soon as I sit in the driver's seat. And I gotta say, even though this car came out in 2018, it is nice to see a screen without a notch on it. It has surprisingly tight cornering radius because the back wheels actually turn a little bit to move tighter. And of course, just driving generally is insane. Huge wheels, huge grip, huge brakes, and huge power. And now that I come to think of it, huge sound. It's louder than you think pretty much all the time. It's just sensory overload as soon as you're holding the steering wheel. I'd say it's kind of the opposite of a Tesla. And lastly, actually one of the most interesting facts is the 2018 Lamborghini Aventador S does not have Android Auto. That's actually one of the reasons that first caught my eye, it first got on our radar, was because we thought it had Android Auto. There was headlines about it. It got a lot of hype for it. There were some people saying, oh, this is the most expensive car with Android Auto. We opened it up on our phone. We plugged it in. We tried it. As far as we could tell, this car does not have Android Auto. If it does, I couldn't find it, and nobody who works at Lamborghini who worked with us on this video could find it. As far as we know, it could get it over a software update, which these cars do get, which is really interesting. But as of today, the headlines are wrong. The Aventador just has CarPlay, and it's actually not even on Apple's list of cars that officially support CarPlay. If you look it up, there's another older Lamborghini model listed, but not this one. So it's just kind of off the grid, go figure. But there you have it. If you're looking for a recommendation from me on whether or not to buy this car, I'm not quite there yet. Obviously, I just spent a day and a half with the car, but it was a lot of fun. So shout out to Lamborghini for the car and for making this all happen and for reaching out after my tweet to get this together. Shout out to the dealership in Palm Beach for hosting and showing us around. And shout out to Casey Neistat for being the aerial photographer for this video. I'll link his channel below, and he also dropped a video, a little bit of behind the scenes. And shout out to you for watching. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.